This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris. I've got some great side dishes and salads I'd love to share with you. Welcome to On the Side.
Twice-baked potatoes are kind of a classic side dish, but these are so easy to put together. You can put them in the fridge and then just pull them out the last half hour before dinner, and they are so tasty. So to get started, what I do earlier in the day that I'm going to serve this is I get 6 potatoes, and I like to get medium size, not huge. And I scrub them up clean, and I get a fork and I poke each of them. And then I get my oven preheated to about 450 degrees, and I take the potatoes, all 6 of them, and I put them right on the rack of the oven. And I bake them for about 50 minutes. Then after they've cooled, I go through and I take each potato and I just cut the very top of it off, not down the middle, just the very top part. And I take just a large spoon, like a tablespoon, and I kind of score around the outside, and I want to leave a little bit of a potato shell, but not so thin that the potato collapses. And then I just take that, kind of scoop it out into a bowl, and then I've got a pan set aside that I'm just going to pop those into, one that's big enough that I can put all 6 in. And I just kind of want to scrape the top of that potato out too. And you can save those tops. They make great potato skins for another time. And then just go through the next one, cut the very top off, scrape out the insides, not so much that the potato collapses on itself, but save that potato into a bowl. Now, once you have all 6 potatoes hollowed out, we're then just going to work with the potatoes in the bowl and get a potato masher and just kind of break up those lumps of potato. And then we're going to start adding some ingredients. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and we're going to add 3 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm just going to take my masher and start to mix those into the potatoes. And then once that sort of gets kind of mixed in, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. And I'm actually using a skim milk. Give that a little bit of a mash up. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of softened butter. And I'm going to give that a mash up. And then one of the secret ingredients for this recipe is kind of an old-fashioned ingredient called onion salt. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoonful of onion salt. And then instead of black pepper, we're going to use 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. And then the other secret ingredient is some diced pimentos. And when you take them out of the jar, just kind of let some of the liquid out a little bit, but we're going to put 2 tablespoons of diced pimento in. And then again, get your masher, give it a mash up, and then at some point you're going to want to switch to a spoon. But believe me, you're going to want to get as much of that potato off the masher as you can, because this filling is so delicious. Then just with your spoon, give it a final mix up. Just make sure everything's kind of mixed together. And then we're going to go ahead and fill our potatoes. I also just wanted to mention you can cut this recipe in half and just do 3 potatoes if you'd like. So this next part is really easy. Just get a second larger spoon to help you, and you're just going to kind of fill the potatoes back up with that yummy mashed potato filling that we've made. Now I like to be a little careful on this first pass not to be super generous, because I want to make sure that I have enough to fill every potato. And then at the end, once every potato has some filling, I can go back and kind of mound them up just a little bit to give them that classic shape. So the last touch for these potatoes is to take a little medium sharp cheddar cheese, and I'm going to grate some of that, and then I'm going to take a little handful. I'm just going to very carefully place it on top of the potato. I want it to sort of perch on top of that, and I'm going to do that on all 6 of them. Now, when I've got cheese on each potato, I can go ahead and put saran on this and pop it in the refrigerator for the rest of the day. But when it comes time for me to serve, I like to pull these out about a half an hour out of the refrigerator and let them kind of get a little warmer to room temperature, and then I'll put them in the oven at 375 for 15 minutes or so till they get this golden brown. These are a great side dish. These potatoes are great if you're serving a roast beef or a steak. I serve them along with a pork tenderloin. They were fantastic. And again, they're so easy because you can make them ahead and then cook them off at the end. Enjoy!
If you'd like to get any of the recipes for any of these great side dishes or salads, go to our website at www.harwoodpodcast.com. Also, if you've got any questions or ideas for me, send me an email. I'll see you next time.